Hello, and here are our magical clay tools that we use basically anytime we do clay. So I'm going to go over some of them and what they can be used for, and then we will get started with practicing for your current project. So the first clay tools that are our main best friends would be the rolling pin, and that is to flatten your clay. And I also put old Play-Doh containers in here because sometimes we need a perfect circle template, and there we go. It's easy to just kind of like a stamp or cookie cutter. Some other tools you'll find in your bin. Please be gentle with my plastic knife that can be used for cutting. We can use these forks for what we call scoring or adding texture to your artwork. And we can use these plastic spoons for smoothing out texture for your artwork or your clay. These are some real clay wire tools. So these can be used for cutting or adding designs or textures. You can use both ends. I'll show you how to do that. And they're all different shapes and sizes. Now please don't bend my wires. Be gentle with them. We want to keep them in good shape because these tools are expensive and hopefully we don't have to replace any. Okay, last but not least, we have some wooden rulers to make straight lines for our clay when we're cutting. Sometimes we need to do that. And then we have some old pencils that have seen better days. But these are my clay pencils, and we can use them to write our name in the back of the clay, and we can also use them to make holes or spots for if we're making a necklace or a pendant, things like that. So today's going to be our practice day. We're going to practice with all of these different tools. I'm going to show you our practicing with Play-Doh so that we are ready for when we get the real thing next week. So first thing I showed you were the rolling pin. That is easy. We can just roll out a flat piece of clay with that rolling pin. We want to make sure our clay is always around the thickness of our pinky, so that way it won't crack and break. If it's too thin, it cracks. If it's too thick, well, both ways. It cracks and breaks both times. Circle. That's how that works. When we attach clay in the order grades, we do something called scoring. That's just making little marks that we'll put water on, and then you can attach clay on top of it. Or you can do some textures by changing the way that the fork is. This is all things that you can practice today. You can smooth your clay. This will be like a last step. We usually smooth our clay last with the spoon. You can also cut your clay. All right. Some of these can be used, these wire tools, like I said, to make designs. All I'm doing is just pressing it down and pulling it out to make some different arches. Or if you want to do designs like that, it can be used for line work. All of this adds really cool texture to your clay. When you're using a 3D piece, you want to make sure that you're seeing it from all different sides. There's a ruler. Nice flat piece. And then last but not least, on the back, you can practice writing. Always practice your name in the clay. And then the other thing we could use this for is if we were going to make it into a necklace or something, we would make a hole. All right, so those are all your tools in the quick show of clay. Today we're going to practice for your project, so get ready for Play-Doh.